She would have won if they endorsed her. I'm convinced. It was a 0.2%.
You know what?
You know what?
Actually, until you just said that, I didn't even think of that. But yeah.
It was a 0.2%.
So actually, I take back giving them credit. I fully go. You guys suck. Actually, you guys could have made the difference.
Yeah,
let's start with Wisconsin.
Let's start with Wisconsin.
Yes.
Let's start with Wisconsin.
You start us off. Give us the facts.
So tell me if this is okay. So Francesca Hong was the Democrat Socialist candidate in Wisconsin. She would have been, if she had won, she would have been the first socialist ever elected governor in any state in history. But unfortunately, she blew a 20-point lead in the polls and lost by 1%, half a percent.
Blew a 20-point lead.
To David Crowley.
The lead with the polls were garbage.
Yeah.
Who can say?
Let's talk about the polls actually first.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. Why do you think because now I think we can say it's a trend based on what happened in Michigan, based on what happened in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think it's a trend that the polls are overrating the Democratic Socialist candidates.
Oh, specifically?
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Because Abdul was projected to win by what? 15. He won by 1. This chick was projected by 15-20. She lost.
You know, it's probably like a good cocktail of different things.
Yeah.
I think the biggest part of it is just the way we do polling is trash.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it used to be straight up landlines. Mm-hmm. But on
nobody
top
has
of that,
those anymore.
Yeah, nobody has those anymore.
So you kind of have to decide to actually participate.
Yeah, you have to like almost seek out the polls.
Which here's the thing, my theory, which is what I told you earlier in the week, is that like the people who support the more progressive candidates are just more willing to participate in polls because they want to be heard.
I bet that's part of it.
Their opinion.
I
to be
bet.
Heard.
Yeah, and on top of that,
yeah,
I think there's people who there's a lot of like, I don't want to say I'm going to vote for the moderate. People don't want to admit it.
That's interesting.
You're one of the few, the few.
That's a fact. It's the silent majority, or in your opinion, the silent minority.
Majority is even tough to say because it was so marginal.
Yeah, it was very marginal.
So marginal. Which for a full-on socialist to get that close,
but at the same time, it's because of the situation. They had nobody to run against her. The guy dropped out, hoping somebody would step up, and then nobody stepped up. So he's like, "All right, I guess I'll get back in." Mm-hmm. Like 2.5 weeks before the election. Think about the early votes that were cast before he even entered the race.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet. Yeah, it's strange time. I'm telling you, unprecedented times. But I'm saying, the fact that a full-blown, like, she is a socialist.
Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So fucking close anyway.
Yeah. I think it tells us two things.
Yeah.
One, the Democratic Party is legitimately very divided. Like, the fact that we've seen 2 races back-to-back where it's 1% gaps or less, like, it's very close. Yeah. It could go either way.
Like Trump in primaries is like, Trump in a Republican primary is like a landslide.
Yeah, he's blowing him out 60-40 at worst.
We don't have anything like that. We have a slowly emerging coalition.
Yeah, so that's number one. Number two is, I think that like the actual strength of the candidate matters a lot. Like Abdul El-Sayed was objectively a stronger candidate than Haley Stevens, right? Regardless of the money, regardless of the positions, like he was a better candidate, more charismatic, and I think the same helps.
Well, positions is a big part of that, though.
Yeah, it's a big part, but it's not the only factor, right?
No.
Like we can both agree, Josh Shapiro is a strong candidate, even though he's against probably what you would believe. You wouldn't want him, but he's a strong candidate.
But I will also add, getting weaker every day. Mm-hmm. I think he's on the decline.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't. If there had been a primary last time around, he would have had a much better shot. The thing about running for president as a politician is, you have a window.
Yep.
Where it was like, this was your time.
Yep.
And he missed his window.
I don't think he missed his window.
I don't think he's got a shot this time around, primary wise.
Interesting.
He's not what we're looking for.
Well, he didn't even have a shot then because there was no.
I know, and it fucked him. He's kind of like a Chris Christie type. Like Chris
Christie had his shot.
He had a window.
He had his
but
shot.
a little guy named Trump came and fucking demolished. He got Hillary Clinton, like 2008 Hillary Clinton.
He did. He really did get Hillary Clinton.
And
I remember people saying he was such a good candidate back in the day, bro.
There was a moment where he would have been. It was his to take.
The sad truth is, we're done with the fat presidents, bro. I don't think
that's what you think it is.
There's not going to be another fat president.
I
don't see it happening.
How much of that is a joke?
I'm like 85% serious.
When
was the last time there was a fat president?
This one.
Okay, I mean sure, but he's not Chris Christie fat.
I don't think fat Obama loses. I don't think fat Joe Biden loses. I think maybe a fat woman would lose.
Do you understand how big Chris Christie is, bro?
He was big, but I don't think people were like, yeah, but he's fat.
Like okay,
no shot.
Could you realistically see Pritzker as president?
Yeah.
Okay, we just disagree. I don't know. I don't see
but you're saying no because he's fat.
If they're that,
you think a skinny Pritzker? Do you see a skinny Pritzker as a president?
I give him a better shot.
I see Pritzker. Of the no names, I don't think you can count him out.
Dude, the last fat president we had, bro. You have to go so far back, bro.
You don't, because the current one.
Dude, sure. He's
Trump
not Chris
is fat.
Christie, bro. He's not Chris Christie.
Yeah, but like, dude, I don't know what this is a crazy. This came out of nowhere. I've never heard you have this take.
This is not the pivot I expected.
Where there's like
a
certain weight where you're like it disqualifies you. I don't believe that at all.
If you're over,
I actually, like I think the person's weight has almost no effect.
If you're over 300 pounds, you're not going to be president. That's my take.
I don't have that take at all.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think that. I don't think fatness. For a woman, yes.
Okay, that's fair.
If you're a woman,
that's
you've
fair.
got to be skinny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
I don't
who's
make
the chick
rules.
from California? Even Katie Porter. Like
Katie Porter.
She's not. She's not.
But she's also like a Karen.
That's true. That's a contributing.
So that's
factor.
really bad for you.
Yeah.
Get out of my fucking shot.
All right, back to Wisconsin.
Yes.
Francesca Hong was objectively a bad candidate. Can we agree on that?
No.
Why not?
Because for one, I think a bad candidate doesn't almost win.
David Crowley was a bad candidate too. There was no great candidate in this race.
Okay,
I don't think that there was a great candidate.
Okay, so but like, in terms of the race that they got.
Yeah. You can only compare them.
Yeah, they were relative to each other.
Yeah.
You know, it was close.
They were relative to each other.
And the other thing I will say is Crowley, when he becomes governor.
Yeah.
And he governs, people will have remorse.
And
people will be like, "Fuck, we should have gone with that. I don't like Thanksgiving."
Okay, but be for real. Be for real with me.
I'll be for real.
Does he have a better chance in the general than she would have?
It's tough to say.
Come on, if you're not going to admit to this one, you'll never admit to any of them. She would not have won the general election.
No, dude, you. But thing is,
in Wisconsin.
The thing is, again, I mean, I say this way too much to you, but you lack vision.
Okay.
You lack vision, and you have a lot of assumptions that are somewhat fair.
Okay.
But you act like they're unmovable. And I think had she won and she gets into a general against a Republican, she has a way better shot because Republicans
way better shot than he would have.
Than the Republican.
Okay. Then
Crowley would have. I honestly, and I probably going to say this about Abdul and Haley Stevens as well. I actually think the difference is very small.
Okay.
I actually think the difference is very, very small.
I think the gap is okay. I will admit that Haley Stevens, Abdul, it could go either way. Who is more likely to win in general? Mm-hmm. I lean Stevens, but it's close.
She was more hardcore. But get this.
Yeah.
She kind of ran for governor the way Abdul ran for governor.
Senator or
no, because he ran for governor before he
ran
for
against
senator.
Gretchen Whitmer.
And he went way more. He was way more Francesca Wong style, hardcore fucking lefty.
And he got destroyed.
And he did not win.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he came back, ran for senator, and ran a much smarter campaign.
Yeah.
So. You know.
And he's already signaling that he's not going to go the way of campaign. He's already disavowed some of Hassan's takes. Which
But ultimately.
Good on you.
But, like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that much.
This shit don't matter.
Did you see Hassan's Google searches hit an all-time high?
That's funny.
That is funny, huh? He's relevant, bro. He's fucking relevant.
Yeah, but where we disagree is I don't think it's a sad reality at all.
Half of it is Republicans, though.
I don't think it's a sad reality at all because
half of it is just Republicans.
There's Hassan the person.
Yeah.
And then there's like the policies he advocates for.
Mm-hmm.
And policy-wise, I think even you would say you're on board for a lot of them.
Hassan?
Yeah. No. Medicare for all, no.
Yeah.
Strong unions, no.
He's not for strong unions.
He is for strong unions.
He's
you outside of your mind?
He's not really for strong unions.
Nah, dude, you can't say that.
He's for
That's
fucking
absurd.
socialist tier.
That's
unions
absurd.
Where the workers own everything.
Nah.
And you know it. You know he's a fucking
no,
communist,
you don't.
bro.
Well, he is, but that the policies that he actually like pushes for with candidates and shit is not socialist policies, bro.
I've genuinely watched a lot of Hassan. I feel like I've never seen him say a word about unions, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong
about unions.
I gotta check it out.
Well, because he talks a lot about like workers' like rights and like ability to bargain.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's literally downstream from unions or upstream, whichever one. I don't know. But basically, I do think had Francesca won, she would have had a shot, just because it's partly just off the fact of that it's a two-party system we're under. Mm-hmm. So whoever is the Democrat has a shot, unless you're like.
I mean, that's true.
Unless you're like egregiously bad.
I think she was egregiously.
Yeah,
bad.
No. See, because you're again.
And I will say the fact that she almost won is impressive.
You run politics like defense.
The fact that she almost won is impressive, Nico.
Yes.
Like I will give
really
you credit because she's one of the most radical of the radicals.
And it's like she walked, the next person gets to run. And that is like you know, like was it Overton window type deal? Like it's there. She ran so radical that like she made a lot of things like more.
Let me throw out a little praise
plausible.
For a second.
Sure.
AOC and Bernie Sanders.
They did not.
You guys are the realest motherfuckers.
They did not.
For not endorsing her.
They did not endorse her.
Because they knew she was trouble, bro. They knew that they didn't want to be associated with her. Okay? Because
they're but again, they were running defense and it worked out. She
would have won if they endorsed her. I'm convinced. It was a 0.2%.
You know what?
Actually,
until you just said that, I didn't even think of that. But yeah.
It was a 0.2%.
So actually, I take back giving them credit. I fully go. You guys suck. Actually, you guys could have made the difference.
But now they actually have a chance. Now the Dems will win.
I went from giving them credit to being like, no, actually, you guys are cowards.
No, because Crowley's gonna win in a landslide now, and everybody wins. Everybody's happy. Francesca would not have won, bro. That's the reality of the situation.
No.
Number 2.
Hold on. You don't move on from that because that's just not the situation. And I'll never let you say that because,
dude, if it was Massachusetts, I would actually be on your side.
Yeah, no.
But in a state like Wisconsin,
dude, stop saying that. Stop saying that.
Why?
Stop saying, a state like this, a state like that. Not every state is the same, but people in every single motherfucking state are sick and tired of the way things are, and they want change, like real change.
Okay, agree or disagree?
Like real.
The primary is tilted
right
towards
now,
the radicals. No. The primaries are typically tilted toward because.
No.
No?
No. Are you joking?
Interesting.
Are you joking?
Outside of the presidential election.
If that's true, it just is starting to become true. They have not been tilted ever till just now. Like literally this year is the first signs of like, oh, maybe we're actually tilting towards going more progressive. But before this year, fuck no.
I'm hitting the button, bro.
What is the button?
Claude fact check.
What do you want to fact check?
Are primaries tilted towards the more extreme candidate?
Is that a matter of fact thing?
I think that it is a matter of fact. I could be wrong.
Ask it.
I could be wrong. Let's find out. New chat or this one?
Yeah, new chat.
New chat. Let's see.
Ask it. I don't know that that's like a real
primaries
checkable thing.
In America, other than the presidency, because I said other than the president.
Sure.
President tilted towards more extreme candidates. Because, bro, think about it. Like, it's only people from one party voting.
Yeah, but, like, this party is not hard one way or the other. It's
yes, this is a widely observed pattern in U.S. politics, and it applies to primaries in Congress, state legislature, and statewide office, not just the presidency. Who shows up to vote? Primary vote turnout is much lower than the general election, and the people who do turn out tend to be much more ideologically engaged and partisan than the average general election voter. Bang.
But that doesn't confirm what you said.
No?
No.
The people, how is it not? It said, yes, this is a widely observed
well, that,
pattern.
yes, but
okay.
But
fair.
this right here is just saying
also gerrymandering.
Ideologically engaged doesn't equal the more radical or progressive people.
I mean, that's true, but
there's hella engaged moderates.
It doesn't inherently mean that, but in practice it does mean that.
I don't know. Well, I guess I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
But I do think with the Wisconsin thing, last thing I'll say is it's another example of the Democratic Socialists are on top. It reminded me a lot of 2020 with Bernie, right? Where Bernie wins Nevada, Bernie wins New Hampshire. He wins like 3-4 primaries in a row.
And all the moderates drop out.
All of a sudden,
all the moderates drop out.
All of the establishment candidates are like, we need to get our fucking shit together because this guy's going to win.
Yeah.
And if we don't get our shit together, we're cooked.
Yeah.
And that
they
is
all dropped out
one of the biggest strengths of the establishment is that they're able to consolidate support around one person in a way that progressives have never been able to do.
First of all.
Elizabeth Warren. What did she do?
Yeah.
She stayed in the fucking race.
Yes.
This is a typical thing. Progressives don't want to rally together around one person. They all want to shine.
I don't know.
The establishment will consolidate around one guy.
Well, you're giving them a lot of credit for doing it at the literal last second.
Yeah, that's true.
Had Bernie not won those first 3 states in a row, they wouldn't have done that.
That's true.
They would not have done that.
That's true. But it's the same thing with David Crowley. Like, he was polling at 20% or something. But in the last couple weeks, everyone's like, all right, we got to get behind this guy. And it worked. Like, and that's a hard thing to do in an election. And
I don't know that it's hard.
If it was the other way around and the moderate was winning, the progressives would not rally around one candidate. And that's
the progressives, there's never like really that many progressive candidates. First of all,
I guess 2020 was an exception.
There's an immediate counterfact to that, which is Abdul.
What about him?
They rallied around Abdul. There wasn't other progressive candidates fighting him.
No.
They rallied around Abdul.
Well, true, but that was really a 2-horse race, right? Like, McMorrow dropped out. She was the last.
Yeah, but like you're literally saying that doesn't happen.
Okay, I see what you're saying. When it's 1v1, then yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, but like races start out crowded and thin out. That's the way they go. And smaller races.
It really depends on the race. It really does depend on the race.
Yeah, but Senate races shit in particular, like.
But I think it is much more common that the establishment will rally around.
I don't know that there's much precedent either way. Because there's never really that wide like a field like besides the presidential.
Yo, you know who Hassan's number 1 op is?
You.
I mean, true, but I wish, bro. That's a big fucking compliment.
You have way too much hate for Hassan.
But
you have such a hard
Jim Clyburn.
Such a big hate boner for Hassan.
Jim Clyburn, bro.
He's
he hates Jim
Clyburn. And who's Clyburn?
He's
again?
that one rep from South Carolina that basically won Biden the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that his biggest op?
I think that's Hassan's biggest. He hates that guy, bro. He hates that guy.
Yeah, because South Carolina is what you think Wisconsin is.
No.
Yeah.
South Carolina is just like.
The way you're like, Francesca can't win in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. But in South Carolina, I'd be like, you're probably right.
Okay.
But Wisconsin ain't that fucking like moderate.
Wisconsin's pretty moderate, bro.
No, dude.
I've been there. Okay, I get to play the card. I've been to Wisconsin. You haven't.
That don't mean shit.
Bang. Get
That doesn't mean anything. You went to a Milwaukee Bucks game. You don't know shit.
I went to the Green Bay Packers too, Jit. Okay.
You don't know shit.
I saw the Packers play the Chiefs. That was a hype game.
You saw a bunch of non-voters, brother.
Dude, I
saw a bunch of non-voters.
Dude, I got to see Taylor Swift's boyfriend play, dude. That shit was hype.
Husband.
Excuse me.
You sick fuck. You saw they were.
Sorry, Taylor Kelsey.
You saw somebody was selling the trash from the wedding on eBay.
I did see that. Which, how do we even know that that's really what it's from, bro?
They just grabbed a trash bag outside of MSG.
Honestly, there could be something. There could be some valuable shit in there. You never know.
I bet the goodie bags were fire.
Definitely.
Excuse me. But yes, Wisconsin. We'll never know, right?
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know, but. Had she gotten through the primaries, I think she obviously had a shot.
Did you see all the accusations of voter fraud and whatever by the Hong supporters?
No.
So basically, because I stayed up until 2:30, okay?
Yeah,
so
you're wild.
I saw this whole thing play out.
Why did you stay up for this one?
Because I bet on it.
No. Yeah, you know what? You did text me. I was like, and also, I give you this. I think that's why she lost.
Because I bet on her?
Yeah. The universe went against you.
I should have bet against her before it started.
I mean, dude, that's another reason I'm like, fuck these betting markets, because I
Guess what her odds were before the votes started coming in.
I don't know. Shit, crazy
Guess what
odds.
it was.
I don't remember, but
97%.
What I'm gonna say about the odds.
97%.
What I'm gonna say about those odds.
They're bullshit.
Is that I believe. This is my conspiracy brain.
Yeah.
But I fully believe there's an insider going. We're gonna pretend her odds are crazy so we can bet against.
I don't know.
And have
that
crazy
it could
return.
be true. It could be true. I have no idea.
We don't know, but we kind of fucking know.
The insiders are people
kind of
like me
know.
who should have bet on David Crowley,
You're
but
not
I was too much of a pussy.
That was a great self-report right now that you consider yourself an insider.
No, but I should have I should have bet on him, bro. I almost said
Why would you have bet on him?
Because I'd prefer him. I would have loved if he won.
But you don't bet on who you like more.
Exactly. Which is why I bet on Han.
More.
But she was up in the polls by 20%.
Yeah,
bro.
but
she got clowned.
Why
bro.
do you believe polls?
She got embarrassed, bro.
Dude, I don't think she got. Dude, again, there's the poll. Like, you shouldn't have believed the polls. You got embarrassed. She performed actually for a full-blown fucking socialist in Wisconsin. Like, had the polls not existed, you would have been like, oh, she's getting destroyed.
That's true.
You would have been like, she's getting destroyed.
But the polls do exist. But yes, you're right. You're right.
But what I maintain is like, I don't care. The polls mean, especially every day goes by, the polls mean.
Here's why I think this is an exception to the rule, because all of the Thanksgiving stuff happened after the polls had pretty much ended. Like that was the week of the election, and there were no polls that week. So like I feel like maybe she really was up by 20%, and that Thanksgiving shit actually made people be like, I'm not voting for this. This is crazy.
I don't think she's up by 20%, bro. Even I'm like, she could win the general.
Yeah.
I doubt anybody gets that high, especially because she was
Graham
not.
Plattner won by more
she was
than that,
not
right?
a perfect. She was, but that's Maine. That's a different beast.
That's fair.
Because that's 80 people.
That's fair.
He shook everyone that voted for him's hand.
Yeah,
you know
probably.
what I'm saying? Wisconsin's a bit different, but she had a shot.
So you're not willing to admit that she was a bad candidate?
She was flawed.
Okay.
For sure.
But flawed to the same level that Abdul is flawed, or way more.
It's way more. His Senate campaign, she was more flawed. To his governor campaign,
okay, that's fair.
Probably pretty equal.
That's fair.
So I don't think her political career is over.